Welcome to Johnny Stuart and friend. Hello, friend.
Hey, how are you?
Barry
McCullers in the house today.
Barry McCullers. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
And you are here because you want to promote some wild story of rock that some girl has created, right?
Yeah, it's called Her Story of Rock instead of His Story. See what she did with it?
And what is she? She comes in and this is Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday, everybody at the Santa Fe at, I believe it's 9 to 11:30. You got Carol Lynn Little, Her Story of Rock. Folks, this lady's going to rock your face off. I mean, she does everybody and everything.
Well,
so
that's
I'm really
awesome.
glad to hear about the opportunity to come on here today and talk about not only Carol Lynn Little, but maybe even talk a little bit about Johnny Stewart, because you always spend all your shows talking about everybody else and never about yourself.
Well, so today you kind of challenged me to show some of the people what I do or what I've done, and so maybe we can do a little bit of that.
Yeah, well, I would like to do a lot of whatever is going to make Johnny Stewart the man that he is. If you don't know it, this guy pretty much, if there's someone in the showroom between him and his cohorts, they've got something to do with it. So I'm gonna be Johnny's hype man this hour.
Oh, this is wild. This is kind of a little bit of a surprise. My brother's watching, my brother Rod, so we'll make sure that
Rod?
Yeah.
Feel better, buddy. I've been with you for 2.5 months with this kidney thing.
That's right.
So
I've been
God
telling
bless
you about him all the time, haven't I?
Right.
Okay. Well, right now, why don't we go ahead and see what we have with Carol Lynn Little.
Carol Lynn Little, Her Story of Rock. Take a look, about 3.5 minutes of her doing her
We'll be
thing.
right back. Bye-bye.
Welcome to the history of rock! Come on, come on, come on, come on and sing it. Take another little piece of my heart now, baby. Oh, baby.
Well, that is pretty wild, huh? Is that pretty wild? Oh, Carol Lynn is out there just
Carol
knocking them
Lynn
dead.
Little. And
Carol Lynn Little, but she's not little. She's a great talent.
what an amazing voice. I mean, she does what she's supposed to do. This lady's a rock star. And the whole goal, Johnny, is I know you know a few people in your 39 plus years in
39
Vegas.
is right. Don't go above that, please.
Okay, it's 57 years in Vegas, but you having the Legends in concert and all these showrooms and all your partners. My goal today is to have Johnny come out on Saturday night, which he promised he would, and all you people watching, even in Germany, come out to the Santa Fe on Saturday the 30th. It's 8:30 till about 11:30. They rock your face off for 75 minutes, and this woman is something to be remarkable. So come on out and let's do
Well,
it.
we promoted her. Now, listen, we have
We
another
sure
show
did.
that we're trying to finalize. And
Carol Lynn, we promoted you.
We did, Carolyn, and you were on here once, and we loved you then, and we love you now, and we're even going to love you more later.
Hopefully, we're going to fill a bunch of showrooms up with
That's
people
right.
that are going to discover
Now-
this lady's talent.
Over at the Senior Frogs at Treasure Island, I have another show that potentially we think is going to be okay. Oscar, I hope I could, Omar, I should say, Omar, I could say this, that we're going to try to open a show before November 1st of this year, and it's called Hypnaughty. It's not nasty, naughty.
Naughty.
Remember the Santa Claus song, If You're Naughty or
Yeah,
Nice?
right.
It's that kind of
So
naughty.
it's hypnotics with some hot babes around.
Well, yeah, there's a couple of good hot babes around, but there's also a major magician. So it's mind over magic in Hypnaughty. I'm going to show you a little clip of Mr. Tom Kaz doing Hypnaughty on the stage, and just a little clip here to give you a little teaser, but we'll announce the opening here by next week. We'll announce the actual opening day, but it will be before November 1, we think.
And it will be at Senior Frogs.
Senior Frogs, Treasure Island. Here you go. Go ahead, Tom. Take it away.
The show was awesome. Awesome. It was great.
What is your favorite part of the show tonight? Our friend's mom humping the chair.
Our friend's mom was a star. Yes.
I love the show. It's my 5th time coming here. It's awesome. I loved it. I would definitely come see them again.
Best show in Biloxi. Come on down.
Well, you're looking good there, Tom. Tom Kaz. Yes, sir. We're going to be opening Hypnaughty. We believe we got finish a few little details, but we'll finish it up. It's going to be a great show. Going to have a couple of wild, great women. It's very tasteful.
How can it get any more wild than that?
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
then we're
these
going to have
guys are
Dallas on
shimping
as a magician. So there's going to be not only the mind going, but the magic going. And we had Dallas on last week. Dallas
Wow.
was here the whole show last week. Fantastic magician. Did tricks here that I was watching it as close as I could, and I was pointing a gun at him underneath. I couldn't. He wouldn't tell me what he was doing. Okay.
Well, I'm going to call your parole officer on you if you got guns again, Johnny.
Well, listen, since we're talking about the shows, I've booked a show that, again, has a couple of little details to finish, but verbally it's on the table and we're doing it, probably opening it up sometime between December and the end of January. And that's going to be in India, in 5 different major cities in India.
Wow.
And one of the top magicians of all time is Mr. Steve Wyrick. And we're going to show you a little clip of Steve Wyrick. He does the
This guy's
unbelievable
amazing.
stuff. He is great.
I've tried to, how everyone tries to catch the magician.
So I'm working with Steve now, and we have booked him in India. We think everything should be great, and we're going to show you a clip of that. Here you go.
Aaron, nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Phoenix.
Can I borrow? Can I borrow the biggie? Yes, yes. We're going to take Aaron's ring. I'm going to place it in the palm of my hand. Keep your eyes glued to it and watch this. Aaron, your ring vanishes from my hand and it reappears magically back on your finger. But that would have been one heck of a trick, wouldn't it? Bubbles! And here's the coolest part, check it out. Aaron's ring, just like that.
there's a bunch of people here surrounding something. What's happening?
Yes, we've asked 20 of your audience members to come down and help out. And I tell you what, guys, if everyone could grab the hand of the person next to you, okay? Exactly. Lock those hands. Even if you don't want to, lock them. All right, awesome. Perfect. Okay. Are you guys ready? Yeah. Ellen, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you guys ready? Yeah! All right, let's do this. Guys, lift the cloth. Now, all of you at home watching on television, you're going to be able to see exactly what everyone right here in our studio audience is seeing. Very important to remember, this camera shot will not cut away. Do it! Yeah! Wow! Give me a high five. Oh, yeah. Time for a haircut. You're not gonna feel a thing, I promise. Totally tell she used to be a showgirl, huh? It's time to do what I do best. All in a good day's work. Oh, yeah. Allie, how you feeling? What do you think? Hold on. No. I can read lips. Adrena, she's like, fake feet. You did, I saw you. Allie, show her. Adrena, come here. Time to get you a little closer. Just stand right there.
Oh my god! That is so cute!
Give him a wiggle.
This is like real. So real.
All right.
Like mushy, warm.
I think it's time to put her back together. Keep your eyes glued close. That's better. What do you think? Hey, Allie, how you feeling? She's gonna be just fine. Allie, stand up.
Well, that girl there, we only had to pay her half price
Well-
because we only showed half of her most of the time.
Well, I can see one half got dragged off. I don't know
Yeah.
what happened to the other.
Well, I don't know either. It's kind of that name of that
That's
trick.
Steve. It's Warwick, right?
Steve Wyrick.
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 Get it straight, everybody. Wyrick. That guy's
and
a
he's
pro.
going to be doing a lot. You're going to see a lot of Steve. I'm working very close with him, and I'm booking him right now in India.
Wow.
Yeah, he'll be leaving, and it's going to be great doing 5 major cities there in India.
I love Indian food, so maybe
yeah?
he'll bring some back with us.
Okay, so he's doing all kinds of fun things, and we're excited about working with Steve. Should we show him something else?
Well, before you get into somebody else's stuff,
Well, most of it's mine. All of it, I'm either selling it, manage it, but in most of the stuff I'm
I
going
got
to
a
show you,
personal
it's my
story.
shows.
There's a show that Johnny has called Legends in Concert. Folks, I got to town January the 10th, 1988. And you know what was the biggest show in Vegas? Legends in Concert. I've been here 32 years, and I get to sit next to the guy who's been the producer of that show, and I've seen everybody under the sun. I've had to watch it 5 different times for all the different acts, your Elton Johns, your Ray Charles. I mean, you've had everybody. So let's kind of flip the script a little bit for a second. Can you show us some legends?
Oh,
and
yeah.
then let's talk about
Listen,
it a little
Scott,
bit.
Scott has all this on a file, so I can call him up whenever I want. So, Scott, let's
Legends
see a little
it
bit of
is.
legends, okay?
Legends in Concert. A tribute to the legendary superstars of yesterday and today. For 19 years, Las Vegas has been home base to this award-winning stage show spectacular. Incredible look and sound-alike tribute artists are all accomplished musicians and use their own natural voice. Legends in Concert has received rave reviews on Broadway. Legends in Concert has also been recognized by the international media, including top network television shows. And now, enjoy a sample of the world's greatest performers. From the one, the only, the original, world-famous Legends in Concert. It's just like the real thing. Liza. Liberace. Tina Turner. Ricky Martin. Whitney Houston. Richie Valens. Garth Brooks. Neil Diamond. Elton John. Michael Jackson. Shania Twain. The Blues Brothers. Madonna. Tom Jones. Elvis Presley.
Well, there's Legends in Concert, created back in May 5th, 1983. And it's been here now over 36 years. It's the
Wow.
longest running show in the history of Las Vegas, and you want to go see that if you can. It plays at the Flamingo Hilton, and it's in the Donnie and Marie showroom, and it plays most nights at 7:30 and 9:30, but on some nights, because of Donnie and Marie, a conflict with the show times, it plays at 4 o'clock and then 9:30. So you got to call the box office, and you'll find out when you play it. But it's a great show.
You think
don't
that
wanna miss
people
it.
are right there? I know that Prince and Michael are no longer with us, and a bunch of them. But these impersonators is what
Yeah.
you call them.
Yeah. Tribute artists, right.
Obviously, they basically kind of like morph into these people somehow because it's us. You think that you're actually seeing the original artist, so it's worth seeing it 4 or 5 times.
Well, thank you very much, Barry. I want to show you now. This is a special one. This is Ripley's Live, believe it or not. So I went and found very unusual characters, some really wild, unusual characters, built production numbers around them with fantastic, wild costumes, and had a lot of audience participation. Get this clip. You're going to watch it. It's called Ripley's Live, believe it or not, that played in Branson, Missouri, and it's an awesome show.
And you can believe that.
Yeah.
Or not.
Here it goes. Ripley's.
Come see the bazaar. Come see the bazaar. Ripley stars. Come see Ripley stars. Take a look at the centaur baby, the spider baby, running from the rock. You'll see Ripley stars. Come see the bazaar.
And I know what you're thinking right about now. Tomas, why the long face? The rubber man of Mexico.
Matter of fact, he's the only one in the world who does this amazing feat.
I have to survive a machine that's full of soap and water. It's actually forcing the water and soap into my nose and mouth 135 times a minute. I also have to escape from the handcuffs and the restraints, and I also have to escape before it goes into the deadly spin cycle. It would literally extract my inside.
The myth, the Maytag, Rick Bezos.
big bad wolf performs. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Born to be wild. Yeah, nothing gonna make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace. Born to be wild.
Believe it or not, that's real, and they have looked like this since they were born. You could say that you really are seeing real live werewolves. The only difference is these two are vegetarians. These two gentlemen are world-renowned circus performers. Now let's hear it for the Wolf Brothers.
You've seen Ripley Stars. You've seen the bazaar. Now it's time for you to meet the people, the wondrous cast, right from the bar.
Wow, these are some pretty wild shows, huh?
That's hard not
Now
to
listen,
believe.
all the shows I'm showing you, either I managed them or represent them or had something major to do with them. In most cases, I actually created and booked them and also was the director, okay, for these shows or made up the concepts and stuff like this. Of course, we always have choreographers. I want to give everyone credit. Everyone gets credit for being either choreographer and costumes and all this. It takes a lot of people to put together a show, Barry. It's a big deal. Now, for example, this other show, now listen, I was asked to go to Cuba,
Right.
and this is, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago
Cafe
probably.
Cita and cigars, best
and,
stuff.
and they wanted to bring the show, Tropicana, which is playing in Cuba, to Atlantic City.
Right.
So anyway, so I went into Nassau, got in a private plane, and they all arranged it, and I dressed up like one of the workers in the plane, and moving luggage around, wore a hat, messed my hair up even, okay? And the fact is, so I went there, and they snuck me into Cuba for 4 days, and I got to see the show Tropicana from a tree, actually from a tree. I did see that, and I was flying, I mean, I shouldn't have gone, and I apologize to Cuba because I respect you a great deal, but I had to see the show. With showman, what can we do,
Right.
you know? So anyway, this other show, we tried to book this Cuba show also that I was involved with in maybe New Orleans or something like that. We were looking at a theater with some people and booking this show and running this show. So here's a show called Cuban Fantasy.
One thing to say, Johnny Stewart's the only person who's ever snuck into Cuba.
That's it.
They usually do it the other way.
Okay, I got home alive, luckily. Here it is, Cuban Fantasy. Well, that was pretty wild. Rod, what did you think of that, huh? I'm letting my brother watch all this.
Cuban fantasy.
Yeah.
Now, I have to discuss something, and I'm looking right in this camera.
What? What?
People ride rafts and risk their lives to leave Cuba. Now, you actually, how did you sneak in?
I dressed up like a worker on an airplane as though I was moving around luggage and all this, and they fixed it all up for me. And then I was a private airplane, not a private, actually had about 28 passengers on it. And so I went as a worker in Cuba, and then they put me in a hotel and drove me around for about 4 days, and I was able to see the show.
Cuban fantasy. So that's what we've been missing in Cuba?
Well,
wow. they keep all their beautiful women in Cuba, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
that's right. So we were working with Don Mingleton and some other people and trying to fix this whole thing up. Anyway, that's what happens when you do stuff like that.
That's one hell of a production, and Johnny will go to communist countries to find talent, people.
Whatever it takes. Right now, we're going to show you a show called Viva Las Luchas, which is a show that I'm trying to book now. I'm working with Rio Hotel, Caesars Entertainment, and we're trying to put this whole thing together. It might go up in a major blow-up dome or showroom, but we're working on it right now. It's called Viva Las Luchas.
And in
Watch
English,
this show.
what's that mean?
And I'm putting this show together right now as we speak.
Honor the wrestler, right?
That's it.
Let's honor him.
Here we go.
Bright lights say they're gonna set my soul, gonna set my soul on fire. Got a whole lot of money that's ready to burn, so get those stakes up higher. There's about pretty women waiting out there. They're all living the devil may care, and I'm just a devil with love to spare. Las Luchas. Las Luchas. Las Luchas. Las How I wish that there were more than the 24 hours in the day. Even if there were 40 more, I wouldn't sleep a minute away.
Well, was that pretty wild? I'm going to use you as I'm going to use you as the MC or the referee. How's that?
I'll be anything involved with that. Wow, I used to watch that in Central Texas live. You know, like that's how they wrestled.
Yeah.
How in the world did you actually go into like some deep part of Mexico? And
No,
find these
I actually
people?
used Charlie and Alex, a couple of guys from Mexico that helped me put that whole thing together. As far as they're going to bring the wrestlers, I'm going to bring the acts and all this wild stuff.
Charlie and who?
Charlie and Alex.
Alex, Charlie.
They're from San
thank
Diego.
You so much.
San
You
Diego.
Guys,
and I love them.
Wow.
It's going to be pretty wild, huh?
Okay. If I go to every one of your shows twice, I've blown a whole month, Johnny.
Well, here's a show that I put together that played at the Lady Luck for a long time. It's called Ovation. Ovation the show. Every act a standing O. Here we go right now.
In a moment, I'm going to have you throw the cards up into the air, out into the audience. I then will lunge forward in a ninja-like fashion. Ready? Throw the cards up into the air on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I will produce for this audience a 600-pound Burmese man-eating Bengal tiger. Not tonight, but thank you very much anyway.
Check this out.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Well, we don't have a lot of time, but I'm putting together a brand new show now that opens up in November. It's going to travel throughout the world, and it's with some of the actual rights from the actual Michael Jackson estate.
Wow.
And it's called MJ Evolution. It's a killer show, and we did a little sizzle reel over here, and this is just a little sample of it. Watch this.
Let's
it's the
see
newest
it.
Michael Jackson thing, MJ Evolution, that will open up here only for a short run, then it goes right all around the world. And I'm directing that show along with Dean Coleman. Here we go, right now.
MJ, the Evolution. Michael Jackson, the man, the music, the legend. Witness the evolution of a superstar from the Jackson 5 and beyond. MJ, The Evolution is the first Michael Jackson tribute show to work creatively with the people who knew him best. This fully immersive experience into Michael Jackson's musical career includes all the hits performed by the world's best MJ impersonators. Choreography that brings the spirit of Michael Jackson to life. And never before seen video footage. Follow Michael's journey to an international superstar. Experience the evolution of the King of Pop, MJ, The Evolution.
Wow, a lot of shows, huh? Yes, I've actually done over 50 shows, if you count Atlantic City and Reno and Myrtle Beach and Branson and all the places around the world. There's still a show right now of Stars in Concert playing in Berlin at the Estrell Theater. It plays every night, 6 nights a week, plays every night, and it's been there now for it's been there 32 years. 32
Holy
years
smokes.
in Berlin, Germany. And and the Legend shows are playing all around. They're playing in Hawaii, they're playing in Myrtle Beach, they're playing in Branson, Missouri, and they're playing in Connecticut. They're still playing. So there's a lot of unique things going on. And right now I'm in the middle of creating 3 brand new shows. One of them, of course, we're going to be booking, as I said, we're going to be booking Hypnotti with Tom Kaz and Dallas
At Senior
over here
Frogs.
at Senior Frogs in Treasure Island. And then we're going to put together Viva Las Luchas in Vegas here, probably through the Rio, which is
Maybe
Caesars
in a tent,
Entertainment.
maybe not.
Yeah, well, we're going to do that. All these are shows that I've either booked or mainly actually created and did that, just like I created Legends
Can
in
you
Concert.
absolutely believe this, folks? This is the first time in all of these Johnny Stewart shows that you took the time to talk about yourself, and it filled an hour, and we could keep going. Everybody get out, see Carol Lynn Little, the Her Story of Rock, Santa Fe, Saturday night from 8:30 to 11:30 for 75 minutes. That band's going to rock your face off. You'll see her headline in a show somewhere on this strip soon enough.
Now, if I show up, are you and I going to get to go up there and do our Chippendale dance? I mean, well, you know, you and I can do that.
I do nothing less, Johnny. I'll Chippendale all the time.
Well, we hope you all enjoyed seeing some of the shows that I've worked on. And like I say, there's over 50 shows, but these are just a highlight of some of them. And I appreciate you asking to see those shows.
It's been my pleasure. And again, go out, find these shows, buy your tickets, get up front, and get yourself entertained. Because this man is a legend, and we're signing off.
See you, Rod. Take care. Thank you for being on the show.
Get
Bye-bye.
better, Rod.